morning comes with the early summer light.
Hello everyone! It's been such a long time since I made a YouTube video, but I've been pretty inspired the past week. I'm currently living at home in Alabama and life's moving pretty slow, which is very much not my style. I love to go. I love going on adventures and being in new places. So being back at home and not having a crammed agenda is very different and a little bit uncomfortable, but God is teaching me so much in this time, and I want this video to document that and what life is like in this current season. A verse that I keep repeating to myself over and over in this season is Psalm 118:24, which says, "This is the day that the Lord has made. I will be glad and rejoice in it." For me right now, with not having any big plans, not knowing exactly what's next, I think it is so easy to just think about, well, in a few months, maybe I'll be doing this, or a year from now, I could be doing this. And it can be so fun to think about the future, but I'm called to be a good steward of today because this is the day that the Lord has made. And so I will be glad and rejoice in it. I will have gratitude for the day that He has given me that I'm presently walking in, and I will be a good steward of it. Even if it's not what I wanted, even if it's not picture perfect, I want to make the most of every opportunity that the Lord's given me. I have notes pulled up on my laptop right now. Like I already mentioned, I'm not super crazy about my current situation. I would love to be on the move, but being at home is about as slow as things get. And honestly, I have had a lot of opportunities to complain and also opportunities to be afraid because I don't know what's next. But every opportunity that I have to complain is also an opportunity to express gratitude. And every opportunity I have to be afraid is an opportunity to trust God's love for me. In 1 John, it says that perfect love casts out all fear. And so as I surrender and I say, God, I'm going to trust your love for me, not anything this world has to offer, but who you are in your perfect character. That's what I'm resting in. That's what I'm banking on. I find trust is the overflow of that God is going to provide. He's going to make a way, and I don't need to see the whole 10-step plan to know that He is good and that He's going to direct me where I need to go. So with all of that being said, I want to also talk about some practical things that I'm doing to enjoy the day that the Lord has made and find contentment in my current season and circumstances. The first thing is getting into God's word and spending time in prayer daily, and it not just being something that I open up in the morning and spend a little bit of time and then close my Bible, move on with the day. Truly weaving God's word and prayer throughout my day. Yes, I'm sitting down in the morning and spending time with the Lord, but I'm stopping in the middle of the day to open up my Bible and reread something that I want to meditate on. And I'm ending my day in God's word, in prayer, and I'm being fueled to meditate on God's truth even more through some of the books I'm reading. I'm trying to listen to podcasts. I'm not really a podcast person, but we're getting there. So having that all throughout my day has been huge, even in the littlest ways. Also, having little rituals and routines in a time when I don't have a schedule has been really huge for me. But also, maybe you're in a really busy season and you have a crammed schedule. I think it can be fun to get creative with how you can make something special or make it a little bit different. Literally, the smallest thing I've been doing recently is I just have a normal drip coffee machine at my house, no espresso or anything. But when I was living in Florida, I had an espresso machine and I love making an iced latte in the morning. So to switch things up at home, instead of having hot coffee, I brew my coffee at night and put it in the fridge. So in the morning I can have an iced coffee and it feels a little bit more like an iced latte, which I love. And it's also sweet because I think it's becoming more common when we're in a season or in a situation that feels a little bit uncomfortable, that consumerism is something super easy to turn to. And honestly, I would love to buy an espresso machine, but I'm not letting myself buy one, at least not yet, because I want to learn to get creative with what I have, to be resourceful and a good steward of what God's already given me, even coffee. Also, I make my bed every day. I never give up on that. Oh, the prettiest blue bird just flew and landed in my yard. Oh my goodness. And another thing for me right now is getting out of the house every single day, even if it's just for a drive, because it would be so easy to not leave my house all day long, not even go outside all day long. But being outdoors is really good for you, and going on tiny little side quests is also good for the soul. So we're gonna do that in a few minutes. But first, I'm going to read my Bible. I'm currently reading through the book of Luke. It's Holy Week right now, so it's very cool getting to read through an account of Jesus's life leading up to Easter. So I'm gonna do this and I'll be back in a few minutes. I finished up my time reading my Bible, so now we're gonna pack my backpack to go to a coffee shop. I always have a hard time deciding what all I want to bring because this bag's kind of small, so I have to be selective. I'm gonna bring my iPad. I love playing on Procreate and also using Notability to write out different ideas. Then, of course, my laptop, my planner. I also want to bring something to read, but right now I'm reading Everybody Always by Bob Goff. I've read this before. I'm rereading it. It's so good. I'm also reading Slow Burn by Dawn Shree Wilkerson. It's just about waiting seasons, slow seasons. It's so good, and it's funny because I've been reading it since September, so it's been slow me reading it, but it's so rich, and I would love to finish it this week. I'm gonna bring my prayer journal, and I really want to make a whole video about this prayer journal because this is something I only started doing like 2 months ago, a month and a half ago, and it has been huge. I'm also trying to do normal journaling. Let's see, I'm doing okay with it, I think. Are you serious? Wait, I thought I was doing so good with it and it's been like 2 weeks. So I think I'm gonna take this so I can journal. Pencil pouch, headphones, and I'm also gonna take my Bible. I've just gotten in the habit of taking my Bible everywhere with me. I love having it in my passenger seat, just there, like I can open it up anytime. I think I'm gonna take Slow Burn and Everybody Always with me today. I'm trying to read a chapter of Everybody Always a day, and then I would love to keep working on Slow Burn because, like I said, it's so good. Okay, I think I'm ready, so let's go to the coffee shop. I just got to the coffee shop. I have a few different things I want to work on. I want to do a little bit of planning for my Substack, which is something that I've been investing a lot of time and love into the past month or so, and it's been so cool and so fruitful and something I've really enjoyed partnering with the Lord on. And another thing I really need to do while I'm in there is book my parking spot for the airport, because funny enough, I'm talking about slow seasons, slow days, and I've had lots of those, but I'm actually going to see some family out in Oregon and Washington, but I'm taking myself to the airport, so I need to book my parking so that I can get cheaper parking. I've never done that before, but hopefully it'll go good. Last thing before we go in, I wanted to read a couple things to you from my Substack post that came out a few days ago called Slow Seasons Are Good Seasons. I started off the whole article with a quote from Dawn Shree Wilkerson from the book Slow Burn that I'm reading right now. It says, "If my calendar is full of enriching activities, but my soul is left empty, I'm not enriched at all. I do not want to move fast. I want to move faithfully. My heart, soul, and mind need space for God to make a miracle." I love that quote so much. I think that is so beautiful because I think it is so common to equate our success with our productivity and our calendar and how much we're able to get accomplished and how busy we are, how many social things we have to go to. But are the things that we are doing truly enriching for our soul? Are they glorifying to God? And are we leaving space to rest and sit alone with the Lord? I said this in my article: slow seasons redefine success. It's no longer about curating a perfect schedule of doing and going. Success is rejoicing in the day the Lord has made, applying the fervor you have toward obeying God in the future for His request of you today. It's hard, it's holy, it's worth it. Oh, I just caught a typo! I don't know how I didn't catch that before. I'm gonna go edit it. It says, rejoicing in the day the Lord was made. Of course, I'm catching it like 4 days after the article comes out. Man. Okay, let's go into the coffee shop.
Morning comes with the early summer light. Curtains sway gently by.
I just left the coffee shop and we are actually gonna go over to Target. My dad asked me if I would want to get him new bedding for his room, and that is very exciting for me. So I'm gonna go see what they have, and I'm so thankful he's given me a little project to do. So after I get the bedding, I also still need to go to the grocery store, which I don't think I need much. I literally want to get grapes, bread, bacon, and Diet Coke. Like, those are the things I need. I still have a lot of other stuff. Okay, I made it to Target, and I just wanted to say that if you are in a season that you don't like or it's just tough, I think that serving and finding little things you can do for other people is so amazing, because it takes the focus off of you and what you're doing and puts it on loving other people. And I think that that leads honestly to our enjoyment, because we're designed to love and serve other people. Hello, it is the next day. Last night when I got home I was so tired, so I decided that we were gonna roll this video onto today. I have a few more notes that I wanted to talk about as far as rejoicing in the day that the Lord has made and finding contentment in the present day you're in. I had the most random thought last night as I was getting ready for bed, but when I was in elementary school, like little girl, my mom would wake me up every morning singing that verse, "This is the day that the Lord has made. I will be glad and rejoice in it." And I'm not going to sing it for you because it probably wouldn't sound very good. But that is literally how my mom woke me up. Like, I started every single day. The first thing my ears were hearing was, number one, that verse, "Let's rejoice in the day the Lord has made." Number two, worship. Literally my mom singing out worship. Like, this is the day that the Lord has made. And I think there is so much to learn from that. Our mornings really set the tone for the type of day that we have. And from that young age, my mom started my mornings with the tone of God's word, God's truth. And from that young age, my mom started my mornings with the truth of God's word, proclaiming that over me, and starting my morning in worship to the Lord. And I think that that is just a beautiful way to promote gratitude and contentment within ourselves, starting our morning by fixing our eyes on the Lord and remembering that He is the one that gives us everything. He's the one who's putting breath in our lungs, who's given us this new day, given us new opportunities. His mercies are new every morning. And so even this morning when I woke up, I was so tired. My head has been hurting because of all the allergies. But when I woke up this morning, I had an older worship song in my head, and I got out of bed. I came and sat in this chair so that I wouldn't fall back asleep. And I turned that song on, and I literally just sat here and listened to it. And that's how I started my day. Very humble, but what a great way to start the day with the Lord, thanking Him that He's brought me here. So 2 more practical things with that. Number 1, I love the ACTS model of prayer. It stands for adoration, confession, thanksgiving, and supplication. I think that it is so beautiful. You start out your prayers with adoration toward the Lord, highlighting His qualities and characteristics that you are observing in His Word, in how He's moving in your life, and in what you see around you. When you do that, you cannot help but be grateful for the Lord, who He is, and His presence in your life. And then also the T, thanksgiving, thanking Him for what He's doing in your life, how you're seeing Him provide, how you're seeing Him move, the prayers that He's already answered. By the time you get around to supplication, bringing requests to the Lord, your heart is so overwhelmed with gratitude for who God is and what He's already done. And I just think that that's so beautiful. And another thing that's more for my journaling people, I've been trying to write out a gratitude list, or at least make kind of a mental gratitude list of even the tiniest little things. Like, in a couple minutes, I know that I'm gonna vacuum my room, and I'm so excited about that. That's gonna go on my gratitude list because I love vacuuming and I love seeing the little lines in the carpet. But then it obviously goes much deeper than that as well. And going back to my mom singing to me in the morning, I cannot overstate the power of worship, even just as you're doing your chores, as you're in the car going somewhere, singing out to the Lord and proclaiming His truth and His goodness to Him and over yourself is so amazing and can completely shift your perspective. Worshiping through music is an amazing way to ground you in the present moment, remembering God's presence right here, right now. He is with you. He's the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And it's just such a beautiful thing to be reminded of how God is with you as you do everything. The mundane things, the things you don't want to do, the exciting things. You literally can't go without Him. I told myself that today I was going to start packing for my trip to Oregon, and when I was thinking about including it in this video, I was like, maybe I shouldn't include packing for Oregon in a video that's about being content in your day and in your circumstances when I'm about to go on a trip. But as I was thinking about it more, the reason that I'm able to go on this trip to Oregon is because of my current season of being in between jobs and living at home. I actually have the time and availability to go spend a couple weeks visiting with my family, and that is so sweet and special, and I wouldn't have this opportunity if it weren't for the circumstances that I'm currently in. And I think that brings up a great question for when we're in a day or a season that we don't love, is what is unique to right now that I should go all in with? What's unique to right now that I can express gratitude for? What is special about this day that I can be a good steward of? And obviously going on a trip across the country is a very big something, but there are also sweet little things about right now that I'm able to enjoy that are unique to this season. Like, I've gotten to spend extra time with my dad. I can pick up the phone and answer a call from a friend at any time. Living at home has given me the opportunity to love my home and serve my family by doing little things around the house and making dinner and cleaning and organizing. And I don't get to do that when I live 500 miles away. So with that being said, I'm going to start packing my bag. This is my giant purple suitcase, and I don't think I've taken this on a trip in a long time because I normally try and pack in a carry-on, but 2 weeks across the country, I didn't want to try and pack in a carry-on. Also, for my flight, I need to leave my house at 2 a.m. on Sunday morning. It's gonna be a really fun Easter day for me. Okay, here's like a packing montage. Okay, I had enough fun packing, but I also need to decide what books I want to take with me to Oregon. I think I'm gonna have a good amount of time to read while I'm out there. I actually just sat down because I want to finish Slow Burn today. I think I have 30 pages left, something like that. This book has been so good and so rich, but also I'm glad I'm finishing it so I won't be taking it to Oregon with me. And I have to take everybody always with me because I'm reading a chapter of it a day. But here are a few of the other contenders. First, I have The Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren. This book I've heard so much about from other Christians, and it sounds awesome. I know that this is gonna be so good whenever I do get to read it. I also have really been wanting to read Garden City. I've had this book forever. It has a major tan line, and I've never read a John Mark Comer book, even though I own I think 3 or 4 of them. I haven't read them yet. I also have another John Mark Comer book on my Kindle, and I feel like I should definitely bring my Kindle because it is so little and light. I also really want to read Having a Merry Heart in a Martha World. This book has been on my shelf for a minute. Oh, it also has the tan line. It was on the same shelf. Don't keep your books in a windowsill. I remembered this book a couple days ago because, again, right now life's moving slow, and that is not my norm. I like to go, have a full schedule, checklist, all the things. Definitely a little bit like my girl Martha over here. So this could be really enriching for me. And lastly, on a completely different note, I really want to read Pride and Prejudice. I've had this book for almost a year. It's actually last Easter Sunday I saw Pride and Prejudice, the movie, for the first time, and I loved it so much and I went and I bought the book. So those are the books that I want to read. But right now in this present day, I'm gonna sit in my chair and finish this book and then read my chapter of Everybody Always as a simple way to delight in today. I just read a little bit more, but honestly, I did not finish it yet. I was pretty distracted. My mind's kind of like all over the place. But the last thing we're gonna do in this video is go outside. The weather, I think, is super nice today, and the sky looks really clear, which it's been totally overcast the past few days. So we're gonna go enjoy the sunshine and see what's blooming. So let's go.